Hello friends, welcome to Best Tutor. This is Rama Vishwanathan. In today's video, we are going to learn how to rationalize the given irrational number. In detail, we are going to learn what is a surd, what is a radical or a surd of nth order, how to rationalize the given irrational number. We are going to deal with examples like 1 by root a, 1 by a plus root b, x by root a plus root b. What are the rationalizing factors going to be and what is the procedure of rationalization? Let us get into the details of it with particular examples. So, we are going to learn about rationalization in this video. Before learning about rationalization, let us learn about the term surd. What is a surd? If I choose any rational number a such that nth root of a is irrational, then this nth root of a is called as surd of order n or radical of order n. So, if a is a rational number and nth root of a is an irrational number, then this is going to be called as surd or radical of order n. Now, we will move on to rationalization. If at all I have a fraction where it is 1 by root a, we clearly observe that numerator is a rational number and denominator is an irrational number. Then the process of converting this irrational number into rational number by multiplying this entire fraction with a suitable factor is called as rationalization, and the factor with which we are multiplying the numerator and denominator is called as rationalizing factor. It is called as rationalizing factor. Now consider 1 by root 2. It's obvious that 1 is a rational number and root 2 is an irrational number. Now I would like to convert this root 2 into a rational number, or else the entire fraction should be converted in such a way that the denominator is going to be a rational number. To do so, I need to multiply this fraction in the numerator and denominator with a suitable factor. Let us multiply it with root 2 and observe what are we going to get. 1 into root 2 is going to be root 2 and the denominator is going to be root 2 into root 2, which is root 2 whole square or root 2 by 2 directly. So, 1 by root 2 has transformed into root 2 by 2. Here the denominator is irrational. Here the denominator is rational. So, this process is called as rationalization, and the factor I use to multiply both the numerator and denominator is called as rationalizing factor. So, root 2 is going to be the rationalizing factor of root 2. What happens if I multiply it with 2 root 2 or 3 root 2 or any other factor? Even then we are going to get a fraction with a rational number. But if I multiply with 3 root 2, what am I going to get? I can easily cancel 3 and 3. So, that doesn't make any difference. This is going to be the smallest rationalizing factor. This is a process of rationalization of the denominator where the denominator is an irrational number. What if I have 1 by 3 plus root 2? What if I have 1 by 3 plus root 2? Then I need to multiply this. It's clear that the denominator is an irrational number and the reason being root 2. So, 1 by 3 plus root 2 is an irrational number and the irrational number is in the denominator. I would like to make it as a rational number. So, I have to multiply it with a suitable rationalizing factor. 3 plus root 2, the rationalizing factor is going to be 3 minus root 2. So, a plus root b has the rationalizing factor as a minus root b. Root a plus root b will have its rationalizing factor as root a minus root b. What if I have root a minus root b? Then its rationalizing factor is going to be root a plus root b. So, this is the procedure to find out or identify the rationalizing factors. Right. So we have identified the suitable rationalizing factor of 3 plus root 2. It's going to be 3 minus root 2. So I have multiplied both the numerator and denominator with 3 minus root 2, and let us observe what are we going to get. We are going to have 1 by 3 plus root 2 into 3 minus root 2 by 3 minus root 2. So it's going to be 1 into 3 minus root 2 is 3 minus root 2, and the denominator we are going to have 3 plus root 2 into 3 minus root 2. Denominator is in the form of a plus b into a minus b, and we already know that a plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. So using this we are going to get 3 minus root 2 by 3 square minus root 2 whole square, which is going to be 3 minus root 2 by 9. 3 square is 9 and root 2 whole square is going to be 2. So we are going to end up with 3 minus root 2 by 7. So 1 by 3 plus root 2 is transformed into 3 minus root 2 by 7. Here the denominator is an irrational number and here it's going to be a rational number. So we have rationalized the denominator. Similarly, we can rationalize the numerator also, depends upon the question. If at all we have 3 plus root 2 by 5 and I would like to rationalize the numerator, then the rationalizing factor is going to be 3 minus root 2 and the procedure continues. You are going to have 3 square minus root 2 whole square in the numerator, and the denominator is going to be 5 into 3 minus root 2. And if we proceed, we are going to get 9 minus 2 by 5 into 3 minus root 2, or 7 by 5 into 3 minus root 2. Here, initially the numerator was irrational. Finally, the denominator has become irrational, whereas the numerator has been converted into a rational number. So in this question, we have rationalized the numerator. In the previous question, we have rationalized the denominator. So the process of rationalization is nothing but converting an irrational number into a rational number without changing the value of the question. We are not supposed to change the value of the question. Now if at all I have 2 by root 3 plus root 2. The same way, here 2 by root 3 plus root 2 denominator has both irrational terms. Let me try to rationalize this. I have already explained root a plus root b has root a minus root b as its rationalizing factor. So root 3 plus root 2 will have root 3 minus root 2 as its rationalizing factor. So let us continue the procedure of multiplication. I multiplied both the numerator and denominator with the suitable factor. So we have 2 into root 3 minus root 2 in the numerator, and denominator is going to be root 3 plus root 2 into root 3 minus root 2, and this is going to give us 2 into root 3 minus root 2 by denominator is again in the form of a plus b into a minus b, which is going to be a square minus b square. So we'll have root 3 whole square minus root 2 whole square, which is going to be 2 into root 3 minus root 2 by root 3 whole square is 3, root 2 whole square is 2. So we have root 3 minus root 2 into 2 by 1, simply 2 into root 3 minus root 2. This was the initial question given, 2 by root 3 plus root 2, and we are rationalizing the denominator, and we ended up with 2 into root 3 minus root 2 by 1, or directly 2 into root 3 minus root 2. The denominator is going to be a rational number. So we have rationalized the denominator. This is the process of rationalization of the given term. So quickly recapping, we have root a as the rationalizing factor of root a plus root b will have a rationalizing factor as a minus root b. Root a plus root b's rationalizing factor is going to be root a minus root b. So either ways, a minus root b has a plus root b as its rationalizing factor. Root a minus root b has root a plus root b as its rationalizing factor. So this is the process of rationalization, or converting an irrational number into a rational number. Thank you. So, we have learnt in today's video how to rationalize, what do you mean by a rationalizing factor, and how to rationalize the given particular examples. Thank you.